Everybody on point, and they got my staff here, and that staff there, and they got a whole orchestra. We got one person. I got to turn on my own lights. And then you always see, beside the pastor, you got his beautiful wife that love her husband and I make sure he get his dinner and his food cut, and she cut up his food when he eat and he go to his doctor's appointment and love him up. And I'm sitting here watching this, and he talking about a home cooked meal, and I gotta go Chipotle. I'm eating out of the box. And I love God just as much as he do. And you know what? The enemy can come in and say, God robbed you. The first thing, you know what the devil does and how he get us with God and make us forget God? The first thing the devil do, he told Eve that God shortchanged you. And when you think God shortchanged you, you mess up. When you compare, the Proverbs say it's not wise to compare ourselves by ourselves. It's not wise to compare somebody else with somebody else's life. Because some people got the grace for that and you don't. I might not have the grace for a great congregation. I might have the grace for 3,000 members. I know I have the grace for 300, 400, but I might not have the grace for all that. And sometimes we want what other people, girl, I wouldn't deal with that man. You ain't got the grace for it. God didn't give you the power to do it. That's why, and if you can't deal with it, you don't have the grace for it. If you ain't with somebody, the reason why I let some folk go out my life, because I know I didn't have the grace for them. Year 3, I was in it. I was ready to cut and run. They didn't know that. I was only hanging on my commitment to God. Had I not been saved, I would use the tactics of the enemy. And let me say something to you. When you take stuff outside of you, you free yourself up. Give it to God and stop you battling stuff. You can't handle it. Here it is, 3 years later, you still dealing with the same issue. Let me say something to you. Some of us, I admit, have you ever been mad with folk for so long that even when their name come up, something your temperature goes up or your mood change? Can I got one good honest, 2 good honest amens. Then you know you ain't forget that person. Is you wrong? But if I ask you what they did, I might understand why you're mad. But we still don't have the right because God forgave us for a lot of mess we done to him. Amen. So he said, if you want me to forgive you, you got to forgive them. But when you forgive them, I learned you free yourself and you take it outside. I had to forgive my ex-exes. I got my ex calling me now, and we talk, and they call me up, hey, Ty, and I'm like, I ain't say you dirty heifer. I said hi, and wasn't mad. I ain't had no ill will against them. Why? I forgave them, but I took it outside of me. So I can move on. And now that they older and I'm older, I don't have to worry about trading you in because you're gone. I can get a new one now. A younger 2.0 version of whatever I had. But I didn't do anything because God did it for me. I took it outside of me. Some things you got to take outside of you so God can free you from it. When folk mess over you or your job left or shut you down, that was an opportunity. Some people, the biggest blessing for them when they lost their job because they started their own business. The best thing that happened to them that the man or the woman left them. Because you know what? God gave them a partner that's really going to support them. That one was a liability. The one God giving you is an asset. So thank God. It don't feel good, but take it outside of you. Stop fighting in your own house, meaning your own mind and your own spirit. Have you ever seen people all broken up? You can tell people spiritual house is broken up. How you doing? I'm all right. How's everything? Everything is okay. What's wrong with you? Or people depressed. Everybody laughing, you sitting in a corner. I used to hate when people used to come to parties and stuff. I ain't lying. I seen people come to parties and had a book and sit in the corner and read. I want to slap the book out of their hand and say, get out. But I couldn't. That's one of my party. But one person I threw a party, they were sitting up there looking all crazy. I said, well, hey, come on now. I don't want to do it. I said, get out. I did. She said, why are you putting me out? I said, why you come? You messing up my party. Because why are you here if you're not going to celebrate? You could be depressed by yourself at home. Why come out? Because some people want the attention of being depressed. Some people like the devil in them. Because they find out the devil give me attention. Have you ever been around folk that will raise hell for no reason? I dated a woman like that. I had to get away from that spirit. You know, you're sitting there watching a show, and the movie was good, and I had the remote, and me and all hugged up, and this girl came on the camera. You know, you always have the little news scene in the movie, and I'm like, well, she looked great. She looked better than me. I said, no, she looked nice. Oh, I don't look like that? I said, no, you don't. This girl from another. I said, you don't look. You black, she white. Oh, you like other women. You like the women from another. I said, nah, this said she looked nice. She white because she had ripped abs. I know what you working with. They ain't look like them. Why? I said, and we got in a whole 2-hour argument over a woman in the movie. That was psychotic. And so a nice evening turned out to a fight. Then I forgot what I was fighting about. And then they start bringing in other things that I did in the past, and I'm right here, didn't know. And then she looking at me, I don't know how we got like this. I don't know how we start this argument. You did it. It was a movie. But there's something inside of her called low self-esteem that she kept inside of her. And when she tried to fight me and pull me into her to fight because you don't feel good about yourself. I can tell you you're pretty all day long. I'm sitting here with you. I ain't hugging up on the TV screen. I got you. But when you got spirits like that and people with that mentality, you can never, until they get it outside of them, you can't heal them. Till they admit that I got issues with me, they can't be healed. That's why I learned, when I went through my bout of depression, my bout of anxiety, when I went through my situation, and people say, well, Pastor, you had anxiety? Yes, I did. Do you have depression? Sure did. Do you get depressed again? Yeah, I do. But I don't waddle in it. When I know it's coming, when I know anxiety coming, I start thanking God. I start telling God, thank you. Bible say whatsoever, Proverbs said, whatsoever lovely. I don't think it's Proverbs, but whatsoever lovely, whatsoever beautiful. Think on these things. We don't think on the good things. And when I get depressed, I got to remind me, God, if God brought you out of this situation, he'll bring you out of that situation. Sometimes you got to go in your spiritual Rolodex in your memory bank and remember that God delivered you in the past. If he delivered you in the past, he's going to deliver you in the future. And believe me, there's going to be worse things coming. There's going to be people break your heart. But see, every time you defeat the enemy, you get stronger. Had I not gone through a first breakup, I wouldn't know. Let me say this. If I hadn't gone through that bad breakup when I was dating somebody, I could not make it through a divorce. I'm being honest with you. Because the first love is the hard love. Because I came up in the church. So I was a late bloomer. So when I thought when you slept with somebody, had sex with somebody, they loved you. I found out that's not true. And so when I first had my first little piece of slice of pie, I fell in love with it. But I'm trying to be honest. This is for the audience. And I know that people can not be emotionally, sexually attached with their emotions. That's why we call them gigolos and prostitutes. But I've been to church all my life, I got all of my feelings.
For upcoming events, announcements, information, and donation, visit us at www.gpwm.org. Find us on Facebook.
GPW.org.
Faith, fellowship, funding, transforming the community, a community outreach. If you're ever in the Baltimore and Arundel County area, please visit us at the Storehouse, 7409A, Baltimore Annapolis Boulevard in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Also, you can reach us on the web at www.gpwm.org. Thanks again for watching.
A place where I